Well, this is YakShaver sprint review number 91. So it's been a year since our last sprint review, so let's jump right into it. So the sprint goal from last sprint was to get someone outside of the YakShaver team to start canary testing. That has been done. We've gotten Jeffrey on board to go through the canary testing process. And at the end of the week, he gave it a test pass. And we can walk through some of the feedback he had for us. So timesheets, so Rick, Willow, and Jeffrey was doing some canary testing on it, and Rick and Willow were on the team. And onto
so there's
the
PDI. Only three people working the last sprint.
Yeah, it was the New Year holidays. So the first one is my tenant. To be able to see other users when you're the admin. So Tom did this one. Tom, do you want to go through the changes you've done?
Yeah, so last year I sent out a done video. Guys, if you haven't seen it yet, you're very late to that. But the change we made was we separated the system info page on the portal into two sections. One, my tenant, which shows all the my tenant information, as well as a list of all the users' shaves under that tenant. And the second section is the system info section, where we have just system information that are relevant to the portal and the YakShaver V1 app. Do you have any questions?
Can we bump it up to 125%?
Of course. 125.
Looks good. Okay, good.
Yeah. And on that note, Michaela does want to have some changes there, which will come in the future once she's ready with the redesign of some of the aspects.
Just very small things, but when you've got a label and you've got the data so far away, it's weird. So I'd have the labels closer to the data, and I'd have the labels aligned to the right and the data aligned to the left. But it's good that labels are not bold and the data is bold, so you're making the data more obvious.
Yeah,
that's good.
There's a rule about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Did you get this passed before when in production? Like, did you, or you put it in production then ask for feedback?
No, I did ask for feedback early on.
Okay.
And that's why I know Michaela wants some changes, but I decided to release the V1 because I didn't know how long the Figma updates would take.
Now, when I look in the breadcrumb, I see system info, right?
Yes.
I expect settings would have a dotted line under it or something, so it's clear.
Been changed.
And then you click settings, and I'm looking in the left-hand nav. I do not see the word settings anywhere. You see that? So I expect to see settings somewhere, because I don't know which part of it is. Which option in the left-hand menu is it?
It's not. It's a relic from an old.
So how do I get to it?
At the very bottom, there's a button, system info, at the very bottom left.
But system info is not right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's a breadcrumb issue. Which
So that should say
delete the word settings.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? Oh,
So just say system info.
that's weird. I wouldn't do it that way. I'd say settings on the left-hand nav and then system info, because there'll be more things under settings. There'll be more than system info. There'll be
I mean, isn't everything
yes,
a setting though?
yes, we had settings.
That's probably why it's there.
Correct. We had before the integrations, the projects and users, and I think subscriptions under a settings main menu, and that
Good
got
problem.
changed.
it's just the esoteric stuff. Like if we have an option there that allows people from Europe to the right to delete my account or whatever, that'll be living under one of these hidden menus, settings, that stuff. All right, cool. Keep going.
Cool. And another one I want to bring up is this one by Rick, the project selection control. So before, when someone was on the ask mode on the Teams app and they wanted to process a video, it would just ask, do you want to process your video? And you can process or cancel. But now you can also select a project that it will go to. So if you want to let it always go to a specific project, you can change it, or you can let AI do the work for you by just clicking process immediately. And the same is the same for the threshold card, and it just makes it gives more confidence to the user that, okay, when I do this shave, I will want it to always go to this specific project. Any questions on this one?
Is that for the desktop app, or is this part of the Teams thing?
This is for Teams.
Okay.
Nothing else, can move on. Back to the email.
So,
Actually,
sorry, just to be
yep.
clear, is that going to be deprecated then, or are we expecting to still use Teams?
Yes, it's going to be deprecated, but it was sort of a easy feature that people were asking for, so we just went ahead and added it because it wasn't much effort.
I didn't really understand what the feature is. So obviously it automatically looks for a project. That's how it works by default. So what's the drawdown for?
It now gives you the opportunity before it automatically looks for a project to just tell it which project you want to shave
while
to.
it's shaving. Okay, I'm with you now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that was easy to implement, so we just went ahead and did it. But
Cool.
the desktop app will work in a similar way when we implement that.
Right. And can you set, like in your settings, can you set a default project?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm a little confused why you said that the Teams version is going to be removed.
Because it is.
So you won't be able to use it inside Teams anymore.
Eventually, yeah. When the desktop app does everything the Teams app can do, I envisage there'll no longer be a need for the Teams app.
How do you feel about that, Yuli?
Probably fine, because I'm expecting the desktop app to be, tens of times more powerful than the current app. And also the process of actually getting into Teams to do a recording at the moment is very clunky. Like I don't use Teams, I use Windows Shift R.
Yes. But you've got to think about the marketing aspect. Being in the Teams marketplace, that store, is a good thing.
Well, maybe, but I mean, we're going to be in the Windows marketplace with the desktop app. Maybe we can keep the Teams app as a
Marketing thing.
as it is. I don't know. And then when people install it, we try and steer them towards the desktop app. But I think the point is we're not going to put a huge amount of development effort into upgrading the Teams app. Whether or not we actually delete it, I guess, is a separate question.
All right. So you added a new feature just now. Are you going to keep feature parity like you've just done?
Yeah, the idea is the desktop app should do everything the Teams app can do, plus a whole lot more.
And if you create a new feature in the MCP version, will you add it back in Teams?
No, we've already added a million new features in the MCP version that are not available in the Teams version.
Okay, so you're not keeping feature parity then?
We're parity in one direction. If the Teams app can do it, the desktop. Why is that funny? If the Teams app can do it, the desktop app can do it, but not vice versa.
Correct. There will be some limitations.
Right. And where you can, you'll have feature parity.
Sure, where we can.
Well,
That's a very
not
not unspecific thing.
I think Callum's like thinking backwards compatible. Like not really like feature parity means both versions are kind of on the same level.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess the new version can do everything the old version can do plus more. That's the way I think of it.
There we go. Cool. Before I move on with the email, are there any PPIs that catch your eye that you want me to go through?
Yeah, give me a sec. Homepage display broken. It's just a bug, I guess. That should have had the little bug symbol. My tenants see other users. Did we talk about that already?
Yep.
That was the one that had done video.
Yep.
It was, I think, Stephen once with Tina collab.
Oh, yes. So it's in review, but I guess Stephen, you can talk about the blog that you just published with YakShaver.
Yeah, sure. It's not published yet, but we did experiment during the sprint review. Just let me quick share my screen. So YakShaver now not only can create PBIs, but also creating blogs. So what I did was like download the YouTube link, not download, copy the YouTube link of the previous sprint summary into YakShaver and change the prompt to YakShaver, and then it created a blog into our YakShaver website. And here is the PR that just created. There's a summary of what we did on the previous summary and what are we gonna do for this sprint. So this is how powerful of the MCP's YakShaver is. And maybe there's a reason teams can't do with all these features that MCP YakShaver can do.
Nice.
So now we can use the YakShaver desktop to automate our blog posts using
Yeah.
Tina CMS. That's why today Tina CMS t-shirts.
Cool.
I'll pick up the screen share. Thank you for that,
Do you have any
Stephen.
questions?
Yeah, any
Any
questions on
questions?
I'm
I think
confused.
look, I do have one PBI that's there. That's I'm confused why it's still not done, and I'm sure there's a technical blocker of some kind. But how come we're not on 5.2 yet?
Yes.
Oh, hold on, Yuli, we've just gone past that feature. Yeah, you said cool, but I don't really understand.
So, well, I assumed it's just hooking YakShaver up as a prompting engine into anything, right? So you just like you can say, "Hey Siri, tell my wife blah blah blah." Don't actually do that, by the way, Siri. All that's doing is taking my prompt and putting it through to the message app. So what he's done is he's hooked up YakShaver to push through to Tina to write a blog. So it's given a prompt to ChatGPT or whatever to come up with the content for a blog, and then it's pumped it through into.
Can you show the custom prompt that you use, Stephen? It might clarify how it works.
And why would I be opening YakShaver to do a blog?
Well,
Like
the whole idea of YakShaver is taking a video and using that video to perform actions via MCP.
Right.
So in this case, the video is the sprint review summary. The actions you want to perform is create a blog. And so you use YakShaver to perform those actions using the video as input.
Oh, okay. So
Let's get published on
Just
YakShaver.
let me share my screen.
Yeah. So the idea behind this, by the way, I'm trying to build sort of a portfolio of interesting use cases for YakShaver. One of them is what I already showed you, which was printing out labels, showing when you've got an office defect, you want to print out a label so you can stick it there. And this is the other cool use case, which is, using YakShaver to produce blogs based on videos that we've already recorded.
right, giving YakShaver a video to create a blog.
And also having a prompt just specifically to ask
Right.
YakShaver to create a blog for you.
So YakShaver doesn't just create issues; it creates blogs and it creates.
It'll do
web pages,
whatever you tell it to do with the
Right.
tools you give it.
So
Yeah.
you could potentially ask it to create a page on the SSW website.
Exactly. If you've got a Git-based CMS like Tina
Right.
that you're using, then you use the GitHub MCP to create a bunch of files in your repo, and then you've got a blog post.
All right.
Adam, it's video Siri basically. So Siri is audio only. This is technically this is also audio only, but with a screenshot and a video in the back end. But it's just another way to pass a prompt onto a model which is hooked up to an MCP to hook up to any tool.
It's not audio only now. We've added tools to analyze the screenshots that it takes as well.
Oh, cool! I was
So
thinking
it's
about
slightly
that.
better than that.
Wow.
It doesn't
Oh my
analyze
God.
the whole video, but it can take screenshots and analyze what's on the screen.
That's very cool. How often?
That's up to your
When does
prompt.
it decide to?
Yeah, you can just edit the prompt and match your
Anyway,
your goal.
Stephen, let's
Yeah.
get back on track here. So you're just showing.
Also have it create a wiki.
You could.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. That's the whole idea.
So Tina, so YakShaver and Tina integrated now. YakShaver just had sex with Tina.
Very much.
Now we have a weird
Yeah.
hybrid yak llama.
Apologies to anyone viewing this on YouTube.
You were concerned about me eating.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Don't forget
so
to
this
like,
is the
share, and subscribe.
So is this hooking up to a Tina MCP?
No, it's just the GitHub MCP, right, Stephen?
Yeah. Yes, GitHub MCP.
There's
cool.
nothing
Because,
Tina's
No, that's right. Tina's just
specific
the
that you need
front
to
end. We don't
do. All
need
you do
front
is
end.
create a markdown page, and that's your blog.
Yeah, which that's the same way I used it, like GitHub Copilot and Cursor with the website
Yeah,
GitHub
exactly.
repo. Yeah, you don't need
Now
you don't need a
talk
CMS.
now you can talk to YakShaver what you want the blog post to be about, and it creates it,
That's cool.
or feed it an existing video.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if you were just creating your own blog post on your own topic, you could easily just use your Cursor or any other agent to do that. The whole idea of this was we already produce all these weekly videos showing what we're doing in YakShaver, and YakShaver has the ability to consume an existing video as input. So we're basically just getting free blog posts out of the content we're already producing using YakShaver rather than doing additional effort to create blog posts. That was the
Like
whole idea.
overdone videos or sprint reviews.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does that make
Well-
more sense, Adam? Good. Carry on.
So 5.2, what's going on with that?
It is pending release. So we wanted to, I mean, it's obviously a major update to YakShaver, and we wanted to, I think, get more people to test it before we push it out. So it's currently on the staging environment, and I've just asked that before we release it this evening, that we just have a few more eyes on it to make sure it still seems to generally work, but hopefully it will.
And is this for just the desktop version or everything?
This is just
The
for the
Teams
old version.
Teams version, yeah. The desktop version is already using 5, GPT-5 already.
So this is the Teams version.
Correct.
Oh wow. Okay, that's cool. Are we going to move the desktop version to 5.2 from 5 as well?
What is the
Yeah.
desktop version currently using? Can you confirm it's not GPT-5, is it?
I think it's 5 mini.
Yeah, it's 5 mini.
5 mini, yeah. So I guess the answer to that is yes.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. That should improve things a lot.
Yes.
And
But in
I
more
think
sense.
we also need to have an option to let user to choose which model they want to use.
In the desktop version.
Yeah.
Teams version might be a bit hard.
Yeah, Teams version is pretty fine.
Yeah.
Again, long term, we're expecting most people to only use the desktop version.
Correct.
I wouldn't add that option until people start requesting it.
I agree. We're not, we might get there one day, but not yet. For now, we just wanted to always use whatever's best. That's not going to break the bank, I guess.
Yep, that makes
Carry
sense. Any other PBIs before I move on?
No, that's good.
If not, I'll hand it over to.
Can we try and keep consistent with using emojis or not using emojis in the titles? Just to make
Yeah,
it
that's
easier.
a
There's
bug
one
that we've
thing-
got in next sprint. Those are YakShaver created PBIs, and it has regressed some of its behavior with creating issue titles, and that's
Okay.
a bug we're going to tackle next
Yeah.
sprint.
So
Beautiful.
the
But
ones
yes,
that
they should have
know-
been manually
yeah.
updated, I suppose.
Lovely.
So I'll hand it over to Baba to take it over.
Okay, thanks, Louis. So code coverage remained same at 28.2%, and also during the sprint review, we shaved another issue to calculate code coverage for desktop app. So yeah, and for production release for Teams app, we had 2 production releases and 4 YakShaver desktop production releases. Thank you, Louis.
And Stephen, can you please go through the app health?
Yeah, sure. So for the app health, we had 100% availability for the last 7 days. And on the chart, we can see a spike on the failed response. After the investigation, those are just 404. The web scraper tried to scrape some information from our service, so we can ignore that. Other than our app is healthy.
Sorry,
And-
where do you get 100% from?
Top right.
Application insight.
Oh, sorry, availability. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all
So
the Teams app, isn't it? That's not the desktop app. Is that right?
yeah, that's
Correct.
the Teams.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the monthly usage, we have Josh on the top and followed by Tiago and Yuri. Welcome back, Yuri. Come to the third again.
It would be good on that to show shaves in the desktop app versus the Teams app as well.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting more people on the desktop app.
I think we have
Have you already shaved that?
I'm pretty sure we had a PB.
Okay, yeah, that rings a
Yeah.
bell. I think we've got that in the backlog.
Can you do that one, Steve?
You're the leaderboard expert, Stephen, so hopefully that's
Yeah.
not too hard to do.
We
a
have
flag
already
in the
stored the
database.
data. Yeah, we have
Yeah,
already
so-
stored the data in the database. We just need the UI.
Yep.
To show that. Yeah.
Is the desktop app
Mm.
available for Mac?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Very good
Thanks,
question.
Steven.
Yes.
Can I have it, please? Thank you. Bye.
How is it available?
$100 straight into my account. Right?
Hold up.
Sorry.
How is it available for Mac? Do we do it cross-platform?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's from the beginning.
Using what?
Because we
Electron or
have-
something?
Electron, yeah.
Electron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because we have a few Mac users, unfortunately, in our team. So
Yeah,
have
mostly
to
Mac
go-
users on the YakShaver team, so he had to.
Fair enough.
Willow, are you able to go through the product roadmap?
Yeah, sure. So for our Epic, the progress is 89%, is decreased by 1%. Like it's the holiday season, we got some slow progress. And for the backlog stats, for YakShaver, we got 31 of 35. They are labeled with YakShaver, and for the desktop, we got 32 of 37 new PBIs are labeled. Yeah, that's all for the backlog stats.
I'll hand it over to Tom to go through R&D, AI tools, and tenant stats.
Yes. So since the last week was going over the Christmas holiday and the New Year's holiday, most people were taking some leave, and we didn't have any research and development PIs done. There are some changes to AI tools. Louis started using Gemini 3 Pro, and Willow started using Google Anti-Gravity and Gemini Pro.
Is your
And
hard drive still intact? Never mind. Moving
No,
on.
it's not.
and yeah, the Christmas and New Year's break, you can see also in our tenant stats, the total number of tenants increased by 1. We have now 44 tenants in the database, but no new shaves, and the most shaves that we have were done by SSW. And the number of shaves is 34 new shaves using the Teams app and 9 using the MCP, which is the desktop app. Do we have any questions on this section? If not, I hand it back to Louis.
Thank you, Tom. And on the Copilot stats, Tino, are you able to go through these?
Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right. So for the stats, shouldn't it be Claude stats in this case? Since it's done by
It should
Claude.
be, yeah. Can you strike
Yeah.
out Copilot and replace it with Claude?
Yes.
Wait, what's this?
This
So for
is-
some reason, the Copilot meeting summary failed. We're not really sure why, but what we did instead was download the transcript and then put it into Claude and ask for an insightful dashboard summary. So that's why it looks different to normal.
Very cool. Is the x-axis minutes or words or probably words, I guess?
Speaking of
This should
segments,
probably-
so I guess that was the amount of number of times you said something, I suppose.
Okay.
So I guess we've got like Caleb and Lewis the most, right? And then Steven, which sounds about right since, you know, in the entire meeting, these two are just like going at it. All right, scroll down a little. Okay, now for key observations. Now Lewis Toe served as the meeting facilitator, driving the agenda through sprint review, items, timesheets, and backlog stats. Caleb was the most active discussant, providing extensive feedback, technical guidance, and the product direction throughout. Now, Stephen Chung contributed primarily on technical topics, CI/CD pipeline fixes, GPT model update, and tenant stats. Willa Liu presented her completed work items, so YouTube connection card, database schema, and video metadata savings. Now, Tino and Michaela contributed on UX design discussions, especially on the wizard, setup wizard part. Now, Baba provided input on bug fixes and MCP authentication issues. Now, the meeting ran approximately
That's more
1 hour,
comprehensive
45 minutes.
than the regular stats. It's interesting to see.
And it did really well on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Is this Sonnet?
That's Opus 4.5.
Oh, but you went hard. Okay. No wonder it did so well. Yeah, Copilot's not going to do well. It's using the cheapest possible model they can get hold of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for that, Tino. I'll hand it over to Callum to go through the retro points.
Thank you, Lewis. So what went well? I said the sprint goal was achieved. So obviously we had been trying for a couple of sprints to get canary testing moving. It is now underway. Jeffrey has test passed it, which is good. And we're going to continue canary testing next week. It sounds like we've got a volunteer in Gert, which is good. And I guess Yuli will want to have a go too.
Now, you had like all of a sudden in one sprint, you had everybody in the team start using it and Jeffrey. How much feedback did you get?
I think Jeffrey raised one or two blocking issues, and then 2 issues, and then a handful of non-blocking issues, which are also in the backlog.
Have you fixed any of them?
Yes, that's why he gave it a pass. We fixed the 2 blocking issues.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
And I created the wizard component based off of that.
Okay. All right. So the wizard came after Jeffrey's problems. Okay.
Before, because there was a blocking criteria for me.
Yeah, that was from within the team before we.
Oh, the team wanted wizard, right? Okay.
I'm really curious to see what the setup's like with the wizard, by the way. That's a big thing for me.
Yep. Well, you can have a look when you do the canary test. Next one. Tom said Mixie's new wizard designs. Who's Mixie? Is that Wixie? Or is it? Oh, Michaela, right. Okay. Mixie's new wizard designs for adding MCP servers are really nice, and I agree. They are cool and hopefully a lot more user-friendly than what we originally rolled with. Willow said getting user feedback and knowing where to improve is good, and I agree. Obviously, we can come up with whatever we want, but we're super familiar with the app. Once it hits some people who aren't super familiar, that's where we need to be more user-friendly. What didn't go well? I said slow progress due to holidays. So obviously we only had a couple of people working this sprint, so we didn't get as much done as normal. Tom mentioned some code reviews are marked as resolved without any comments, which is difficult to assess if they're implemented or not. So, when you do a PR and you leave a comment, sometimes people are just marking them as resolved without commenting, which is some behavior that needs to be fixed. And I think we've got an SSW rule, have we? Or you're going to write an SSW rule?
If we don't have one already, I will write one.
Excellent. And that could be a chewing the fat topic or something like that.
And you could write it with YakShaver.
Yes.
Absolutely.
After you record the paint.
Now that we know you can write blog posts, you could record a video and then use that to create a rule using YakShaver.
Exactly.
This is so funny.
Not funny. It's the future of SSW rules.
AI slop.
Future of everything. Well, it's not slop.
Still human crafted.
That's correct. All right. What else didn't go well? So there was an Azure CLI bug that delayed production release because it, I guess, changed an output. So that broke. We had to fix it. It wasn't a big deal though. What needs to improve? GitHub MCP for Lewis keeps opening up authentication windows every time he creates a shave. So other apps like Cursor and stuff like that, they sort of keep a local storage of your token, so you don't need to keep re-authenticating every time you shave. With our YakShaver desktop app at the moment, it doesn't do that. So that's one thing we need to improve, and I think we've got a PBI for that on the backlog, just to store that token. And Tom said, well, that's related to what didn't go well, so we should always add closing comments when resolving code review comments, e.g. just say done if it's simple, or something else if it's a more complex resolution. And that's it for the retro. Did anyone on this in this meeting have anything else to add while we're here?
No, but I will ask, who is the main person that's been dealing with Electron issues and expertise?
I don't think we have one go-to Electron person. I think most people have been dealing with
who feels like they dug into Electron. No one?
I mean, if I had to go to someone to ask for help, I would go to Tom or Baba. But for me, I would say, but maybe that's because they touch stuff within the app that's like different from what like Baba does, like authentication stuff, which I haven't really touched. So maybe that's an influence.
Yeah, I feel like Baba's been doing most of the authentication and the updating stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
All right, I guess that's it for our retrospective. Yeah. Carry on.
That is all. I can move on to the planning. So for Sprint 92, the sprint goals will be to improve YakShaver Desktop's default prompts. Right now, there's some issues with duplicated PBIs and also template consistency. Like there's no emojis and stuff in front of the PBI titles, as an example. So we want to get those kind of ironed out, so at least the default prompt is as good as it can be. And we're aiming for 3 canary test passes. We have Hark already lining up to be the next tester.
It sounds like we can add Gert to that list and Yuli, I guess, as well.
Confirmed. I'm going to put it in. There we go. And these will be the PBIs. So any questions on those?
Just looking now. That thing that Callum talked about having a local copy of the PAT, is that in there?
That is this one.
Okay, beautiful. Are we kind of reproducing Claude code in some level? Like we're doing all the scaffolding around the model? I don't know.
In what way are we reproducing Claude code?
Well, maybe not Claude code specifically, but Cursor, Claude code, etc. All those, like anything that hooks in with an MCP. I guess you have to, right? So no, don't worry. There's been a lot of chatter about Claude code this week, so it's top of mind.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, in that it is an agent that uses MCPs to perform actions. And I am very aware of the fact that we don't want to just rebuild an already existing larger agent that already does what we're trying to do, but better. So the unique angle we're trying to spin with the YakShaver is that it takes a video as the input, which is what no one else is doing.
Yeah, cool. Which is why I was bringing up, like, well, actually, we're just taking the transcript. So when you said that we are analyzing some of the frames, that took some of the worry away.
I think that's really important for us to do, because if we're not doing that, then you might as well just use an agent that's better.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of money going into Claude code, etc.
Exactly.
How many people have seen the video by Chloe where she just records a video on her phone as a video, and then she goes into Teams and she goes to OneDrive and she uploads the video, and that YakShavers it? Has anyone seen that video of hers?
Yeah.
Is that similar to what Hark showed?
Right. No, different. He had a mobile app. She doesn't have a mobile app. She just uses the screen recorder.
Right.
And she uses YakShaver that way, which is quite good. It's a 2-minute video. I recommend you check it out. But what will this MCP version in Electron be working on a phone?
Well, what we have already is if you connect your phone to your laptop, you can use your phone to record something.
Okay.
So I've already got that as like some workaround to allow phone recordings. I think long term, we do want to add more phone integration. One of the tricky things we've got is it's hard to run all MCP servers on a mobile device. Because obviously if you've got sort of locally running MCP servers, they usually only work on a computer, not on a mobile phone. But there's no reason why you couldn't run, for example, HTTP MCP servers. So potentially if we limited it to HTTP only, for example, the GitHub OAuth MCP server is an HTTP server. You could potentially run that from a mobile device from the Electron app. And that is, I guess, the next big thing we want to tackle once we sort of nail down the release of the desktop app. But yes, it should be doable.
So will the
question? Okay.
Will the Electron app,
No such thing, Yuli.
will the Electron app be installed on anyone's phone?
Will it be, or what do you mean by will it be?
Well, do you have any plans to have that Electron app on people's mobile devices?
Potentially in the future. We can. It's an option that is available to us. We haven't really thought about it yet.
Is it on the backlog? Is it on the roadmap? Either?
It's only in my brain at this stage.
Okay.
But it probably should be.
Okay. Yeah, we should definitely be putting it on the roadmap at least, so it's there as a
Sure.
thought.
Agreed.
Now you have.
We can use the YakShaver to update the product roadmap.
Right. And if that sharing between devices scenario works, I would ask Chloe to do a new version of the video using that method.
Sharing between devices.
Yeah. So basically she wants to record something on her phone and
Oh, you mean like today?
Yeah.
Use the phone input to YakShaver desktop? Or
Yeah.
are you talking about in the future when we've got it running on the phone directly?
Well, I'm talking about an interim solution.
Yes,
Still want to be
interim
able-
solution is you can use your phone as a camera input with the desktop app.
Right.
You
Okay.
can do that today.
Okay. Well, let's ask her to do a new version of that video.
Sure. When we get up to her for the canary testing, we will request that she does that.
Okay.
How clunky is that?
It's a couple minutes to set up, but once it's set up, it's super easy. The camera just becomes another input. So when you go start recording, there's a drop down where you can, pick your desktop camera or your OBS input or whatever else you've got. And the mobile phone camera input is just another one on that drop down.
Nice. And so when you say it's a couple minutes set up, each time or just one time?
Just a one-time thing. You just need to sort of connect your phone to your laptop. And that's not a YakShaver thing. That's like a phone OS thing.
Yeah, nice.
And it works
Okay,
on both Windows and Mac, by the way, as well.
My stupid question is smart glasses. Like if you need audio and video inputs, smart glasses will provide those. Is there a way for us to run this on a smart glasses?
We've not tried it, but if it works in a similar way that the phone camera inputs do, which maybe it does. Then
Sorry, I'm not talking about the interim solution. I'm talking about more of a long-term thing. If we want it running on mobiles, can we also get it running on smart glasses?
Probably.
Yeah, because that could be cool.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, later. That's cool. All right, nice.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Anything else?
No, that's good. Thank you.
All right. This video will be on the YouTube channel. As always, thank you all for joining me in this meeting. See you next time.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.